levers of budgeting.
Yes. So when we have our spending plan or budget, we only have 4 main levers to pull. Some of them we can pull them together.
Yeah.
Some of them we don't want to necessarily pull. Granted, there are times in life where we need to pull one lever or push it the other way or whatnot to have this balance. There is no right or wrong with budgeting, but if you can, or managing money, but if you can somehow set up your life so on balance at the end of the year or at the end of the financial year, you can live on less than what you've earned, maybe save or invest the rest and give some money, you're fine.
Yeah.
Because we just don't want to be going backwards with consumer debt. So the first lever that you can pull in your budget is the income lever. Can you increase the money that's coming in? Might be possible, might not. Can you retrain? Can you do overtime for a season? Can you pull that lever? And that could be up or down. So you might pull that lever in concert down. So I need to go back to part-time because I'm going to do some part-time study. So I'm going to pull that lever. The second lever is decrease savings.
Yeah.
So I've pulled the income down. I've pulled the savings lever down because I'm not going to save as much or at all because my income's dropped because I'm going to restudy and train or whatever. Then I'll turn the income back up and the savings back up. So the second lever is to decrease savings. When I say savings, that's the catch-all for any investing, P&I on investment loans, extra mortgage repayments, salary sacrifice, stuff that gets left over and allocated to the future. Now, the future, allocated to the future, that could be I'm allocating this $100 a week to my holiday fund next year. Okay. The third lever is we look at a budget line item. An example I might use is the budget line item of subscriptions. So the third lever is to review a line item. So what subscriptions do you guys have at home?
Seems like everyone available, to be honest. Foxtel.
Yeah, so I've got
Apple, Netflix, Stan.
Paramount?
No.
Can I see Amazon?
Actually, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got Foxtel, Amazon, Stan, Netflix, Paramount, and Apple.
Yeah, you're going well.
So, but I see that, okay, this is funny. Very interesting. For me, how much is Paramount a month? Let me just do this in real time. I think it's only like $80 a year or something.
Is it?
Oh, it's not much. Let me just have a look. Starts at $7. Yeah, plans start from $7 a month. Like, it wasn't expensive. And I worked out at the time where, you know, I watched a series on Paramount.
Yep.
And then I looked, I'm like, and maybe as well because I'm a content creator, I'm like, that series alone was worth paying $80 for.
Yeah.
And I get it for the year. So for me, having all these subscription services in this line item, I genuinely use them all.
Yeah.
I don't use Foxtel much. There's a show that I'm watching. It's probably on the chopping block, to be honest, Foxtel.
Is it?
Yeah, because I use it for the
sport's
sport,
probably
but
the main one.
sometimes the financial stuff that I need. If something's happening in the world and I want to go to the business channel, I don't know about Sky, but whoa. Here's a tip, everyone. Putting on Sky News after 8 p.m., that's a wild time.
Is it? Gets pretty rough?
Oh, it's just... Anyway.
Rubbish.
We can review a category.
Yeah.
So that could be, okay, I want to, one lever is I want to review a category. So I'm going to cut out 3 of the subscriptions and just keep Netflix, Stan, and flipping Paramount or Apple.
Yeah.
The next lever you can pull is to cut a category out completely. So we want to get scorched earth. We want to really turn our budgeting up. We're just going to use the free version of iView. We're going to use the free version of YouTube. We're going to use the free version of SBS. We can still watch crap, but we might use Aunt Sally's flipping Disney.
Because it means little to us. It's not...
Well, it's just once we get the spending plan set up and we get into like optimizing, how can we really optimize and value-based play.
But do you want to take something away that you really value in your life
Well,
for the base of saving?
But I'm not removing, I might spend $500 a year, $1,000 a year on subscriptions. I'm not one cancelling because I use them all.
Yeah.
I don't use anyone else's because I don't want to steal. Like, I literally pay for the ones I use and value paying for content. But that's, again, a value play for me. I personally see value in paying $80 a year or whatever it is for Paramount, and I pay yearly. It's actually not that much. It can be an ad for Paramount. Come and sponsor me. I'll be the advocate for Australia.
Yeah.
But I see the value in it, John.
Yeah, it's good.
So the 4 levers: increase income, decrease savings, review a line item, or cut something out completely. Now, the more you want in terms of financial success, and reviewing a line item could be, well, we know in this area we're paying $150 more for rent than what we could if we want to take that $150 and put into savings or something.
Yeah.
So the key things that we want to do is increase income and decrease expenses and not move the savings. Now, if expenses increase and we want to keep those because we value them and inflation and all that, and our income can't increase, the only lever left to pull, which isn't ideal, is the decreased savings lever.
Yeah.
So we have to see life like that, and it's a moving, living thing.
So you mentioned before about future. I don't think you said anything further than the word future, and you mentioned an example being holiday.
Yes.
So some get confused, disillusioned when they're saving for the future, which is the holiday, but in that same pool of funds is savings for shares or property or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So are we separating those two accounts per se from a structural point of view?
Yeah. Well, I think it's important to take a break, and we'll answer it right after this. We'll be back, guys. Hey, it's Glenn here. Thank you so much for watching today's video. You made it to the end. Can I ask a favor? Can you hit that like button and maybe hit subscribe if you want to get notified when we release further videos just like this one, whether you watch the Money, Money, Money podcast or Retire Right. And remember, if you want to learn more about investing, I've got an investing book, The Quick Start Guide to Investing, and there's a link in the description to get your hands on a copy. Thank you so much. Bye.